Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, October 22nd. I appreciate that you're joining us at a special time. I appreciate that you're flexible. I didn't want to cancel because there is a lot to discuss today. If you are new to this format, just remember that you can ask a question by either raising or clicking on the little hand icon to raise your hand virtually. And then I will unmute you and you can ask your question live, or if you have questions that you just want to type into the question box, go ahead and do so, and we'll answer those as a group at the end of the webinar. So thanks again for joining in. Lots happening. We're about 9 days from open enrollment. Starts November 1st, which is a Sunday. URL will not be open that day. We have in the past, actually last year, we were here on Saturday when it did open last year, but I think we're going to not be here on, in fact, I know we're not going to be here on Sunday, November 1st, but we will be here on the 2nd, ready for any of your questions and certainly to support you. So as we all may or may not know, rates and plans have been approved by the Pennsylvania Insurance Department. That was last Thursday. We have loaded on our website all of the information that we do have. Some of it is just in the form of a PowerPoint deck. Some is in just, some preliminary information that we received. But that is, we are updating the website as soon as we get the information. We do not have rates yet. The rating portals, in fact, healthcare.gov is still not up and running with those rates yet. Talking to various carriers, it looks like they're hoping for the beginning of next week. I certainly hope for the beginning of next week as well. I was really thinking it couldn't go past Monday the 26th, but here we are, almost Monday the 26th, so I don't know. I think it's going to be late this year, folks, later than it was last year, very similar to the 48-hour turnaround we had the first year of enrollment. So please know that my commitment to you and URL's commitment to you is that we're going to get you those rates and plans as soon as we have them. But just keep checking our website. Also, because in Central PA we do feel that Capital is going to be the carrier of choice in some of those transitions from the policies that are terminating with HiMark, I would encourage you to please check in your login credentials. Please don't wait to the last minute. If you want to log in and conduct business on or off exchange with Cap Blue Cross, independent of URL, without our support, in fact, then you can go ahead and do that, but you need to log in. If you don't want to have any part in going online and enrolling your clients, that's perfectly fine as well. We'll do business as we always have. You can take a Capital Blue Cross paper application, email it to us, or send it to us, and we will turn that into an electronic submission. So we're still going to support you in that model, but if you, again, do want to log in to the Cap Blue Cross site and do that business on your own, you should check out the login credentials before it's too late. On to the third bullet point, HiMark for 2016. They are discontinuing all of their portal support for enrollment for on and off exchange. As many of you know, last year, or for 2015 enrollment, they had the direct reroute path to BHA or FFM through healthcare.gov, or you can or could have enrolled directly to HiMark from your website. They are discontinuing those services, so if you do have HiMark business, new or renewal that you want to write, it's going to be a paper application. Again, we'll support that. If you send in a paper application, we will get that to the carrier for processing. They will have the ability to enroll and make application for the short-term medical. So that's an update that we just found out about yesterday. Gentle reminder again, the FFM certificates of completion for Aetna/Coventry 1, you do need to go into Aetna.com, into the producer world, and update the date that you took your testing, and also hopefully choose URL as the GA. There is a little bit of difficulty in that, but if you do have trouble doing that, let me know. I'm happy to help you with that. But that has to be done by Monday the 26th, or they're locking out everyone. So if you do want to work with URL for Coventry 1 and Aetna, you're going to have to update Producer World prior to Monday the 26th, or by Monday the 26th, in order to have us support you in those sales. We do not have a general agency contract with United Health One, formerly Golden Rule. They are going to be on the marketplace, from my understanding, this year. I don't know how competitive they're going to be. They're not showing up really in any of the preliminary releases from the Pennsylvania Insurance Department. But if you are in Western PA and you know, you're experiencing the HiMark Blue Cross Blue Shield, UPMC strife, you should know that United Health One does not accept or is no longer participating with the Allegheny Health Systems, which of course is the HiMark Blue Cross Blue Shield owned hospital and delivery system. So for those of you that are selling and think that's an out in Western PA, please be mindful of that. Seems that they aligned with UPMC, and I know that's a big point for Western PA folks, so just be mindful of that. So on to some of the more pertinent news. As we discussed last week, HiMark Blue Shield, formerly for Northeastern PA, formerly BC NEPA, has announced for 2016 individual under 65 that they are not paying any commission for new business or renewal business. Geisinger has just announced that they will follow suit. Geisinger is paying for 2016 individual business under 65, 0 commission. They will, however, for those folks that stay on the plan, continue to pay renewal commissions. But again, be mindful that if you're writing or thinking that you're transitioning your NEPAs to Geisinger, it's a pro bono event, unfortunately. So of course, we're going to have to do some workarounds. We can't, as an agency, of course, afford to support business that we're getting no commission for as well. So we have to make some tough decisions about what we can and can't do. But again, just please keep that in mind. Nothing like selling hundreds of Geisinger plans and finding out by surprise that you get no commission. The next bullet point is really about the employer responsibility penalty. As we know, January of 16, all groups 50 and more, 50 plus full-time equivalents, have to provide minimum essential coverage with minimum value. It has to at least be a bronze plan or a 60% equivalent plan. And if the employer does not offer coverage, then they are faced currently, for a group 100 plus, a $2,000 Part A fine. And then if one of those employees goes to the exchange and gets a subsidy, it's currently a $3,000 fine to that employer. Those rates are increasing in 16. The Part A fine is going from $2,000 to $2,160 per employee, minus 30, the first 30 employees. And then the Part B penalty for the employer is going to $3,240 from $3,000. So again, be mindful of that. Also, the affordability in 2016, it started at 9.5, then went to 9.56. For 2016 is 9.66% of the household income. But remember that many employers don't have any idea what household size and income really is, and don't really want to ask. So there are still safe harbors out there. And the safe harbor is still at 9.5%. So just be mindful of that, that if you are using the safe harbor calculations to determine affordability from the employer standpoint, that's 9.5, but if you are using household income, it's 9.66 in 2016. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody, but if you have questions, just let me know. Also, the next bullet point is household income and household size. I think sooner rather than later, you may want to look into our website. You can get on our website at insgroup.com, log into the site. If you go to the drop-down menu for departments and go under Health Plan Options and Product Information, you're going to bring up all of the information that you're going to see updated as far as 2016 plans and pricing. And hopefully, I don't know why this is not converting. There we go. So, again, check out our individual health carriers so you can look at those updates for the 2016 programs. But more importantly, there's a header, Federally Facilitated Marketplace Forms and Links. We've had this the last 2 years, but there's important information in here, and they all pretty much link to healthcare.gov and are updated with the new findings. So I think household size and income guidelines is very important so that you understand what really determines your household size, household income. Just be mindful that tax filers plus tax dependents equals household. So if there's a 25-year-old son living in the house, has a job, files his own taxes, is not claimed by the parents as a tax dependent, then he has a separate household according to government guidelines than his parents. So again, just be mindful of that. And there are some examples on relationships and who to include in household and when and why. So you can get there right from our site at insgroup.com. I encourage you to look into that as well because, again, these are all things that we will all need to know on the fly as we get into our crazy period. So that's pretty much it for today's agenda. I will now open it up for questions. It does look like we have a few. And just be mindful that next Thursday, October 29th, we'll resume our regular schedule of 9:30. So thank you again for being flexible this week and joining in today at a special time. But not, Thursday the 29th, we will be back to 9:30. So let's see what kind of questions. Ooh, lots of questions today. Margie says, what is Capital's voice application authorization going to be like? Can I do apps with no involvement of the member? Margie, I don't know that yet. Those things are all going to be coming out when their portal is released. So I would say until then, don't worry too much about it. I can't understand why it's not really the same as business as usual, but once we get more information, I'll pass on all of that to you, of course. Kim says, didn't HiMark say last month or so that all enrollments will have to take place on the portal? Why, yes, Kim, they did, but now that's changed. In fact, we just got a blast or an email from one of our agents and a blast that was just sent out yesterday from one of our friendly competitors just reiterating that all 2016 enrollment has to be online. And I said, well, things change very quickly because we just found out yesterday that it is all paper. So it is paper. If that changes, I'll let you know. But at this point, I think they're pretty much going to hold and pulling those tools from their website and just utilizing paper application. And Margie asked, do you expect Capital and HiMark to continue to pay commissions to brokers in Central PA? Yes, Margie. Capital Blue Cross has committed to us that 2016 they will pay commissions, and that is $21 per member per month, capped at 5 members per application, and that is for the life of the policy. So it's the same first year as renewal. HiMark, if you're writing HiMark to HiMark, you will get 80% of the renewal commission, which is a gross amount of $6, which means $4.80 per member to you and $1.20 to us. So that is their commitment to the market for 2016 and their commitment to commissions. Dina says, are you referring only to United Healthcare Compass with no Allegheny Health System or the off-exchange PPO as well? Dina, I'm not really sure. I was just told that the United Healthcare no longer has Allegheny Health System. So I can do a little bit more digging on the website, on the the network, but at this point, that's the information I had. Jim says, is Geisinger paying no commissions anywhere in PA or in the Northeast only? No commissions at all, Jim. Individual under 65 products for 2016, no commissions. Julia says, can you repeat the comments regarding HiMark portal support, please? Sure. HiMark is not accepting any online enrollments for on or off exchange in 2016. They are supporting short-term medical applications online through their portal. But if you are writing off exchange with HiMark, then you need to take a paper application, submit that to us, and we'll process that and get it to the new business team at HiMark. If you're writing on exchange with HiMark, then you're either going to have to utilize a private portal that supports FFM enrollment or go directly to healthcare.gov. Hopefully that makes sense. But if you have additional questions, let me know. And Joe says he missed the first bullet. Please review. So rates and plans are approved by the Pennsylvania Insurance Department. They were approved last week on Thursday, and I asked you to check out our website. We don't have a lot of information. Again, some of the information that we have that I put on the website is just so that I am giving you the most updated information that we have. Some of it's in the form of PowerPoint decks, but in other words, just check out our site. We're going to update it as soon as we get any rates or information for 2016. So that's pretty much it. That looks like the conclusion for all of the questions. Again, I always really appreciate you tuning in every week and your support. And I will say this again through these enrollment periods, and I've said it the last 2 years. I'll say it again. We will sink or swim together. It's a crazy sort of season, but we are here to answer your questions and support your sales efforts, and we're going to be successful. We just have to get through the stress part of it, I suppose. But anyway, again, thanks for joining in. I appreciate it, and I wish you all a great balance of the week and certainly a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.